So, I want to do a different video right now. I'm going to talk about a film that has changed my perspective in filmmaking. So, for today, I'll be talking about Drive. This film is one of those films that actually made me think that, oh, there's a director behind the camera. Drive is a movie that came out 2011, so it's quite an old movie. Holy fuck, it's like 14 years ago. It's directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. Nicholas directed a share of this film. This is one of those films that I really can see a director's vision. So for Drive, I was introduced to it by this YouTuber named Chris Tuckman. Technically, the plot, it's kind of simple. It's about this driver. He's a stunt driver in the day, but he's a criminal driver at night. He met this woman, doing multiple jobs, he gets into trouble. So, yeah, you have a movie. The marketing for this film has not done it justice because it made it look like an action film. For those people who are expecting action, it's gonna be fucking disappointed. I feel it's more like a drama. That's how I feel it. Maybe we can say it's a thriller, but it's more like a drama. For me, I love this film. I really love this film because of its style, its directing. You can see that the director is guiding you through the story. And I really love the fact that the film actually felt so grounded. It feels like the whole movie plays out very real, except for the violence. The violence in this film is very over the top, which is, I can see that is very over dramatized for the sake of the film. Now, spoiler alert, I will be talking about some spoilers about this film. So I remember when that scene, when they were in the hotel room, and then the driver, because there's this job that went wrong, and they're hiding out in the hotel room. When Christina Hendricks' character head got blown off, that is where I knew that this film is like an art house film. For me, my interpretation for the violence in the film is because especially that scene where he interrogates this goon in this, I think it was a strip club or something, I don't know what was it. So he had a fucking bullet that he basically had the bullet up to the guy's head, and then he had the hammer in his head. And around him is all, new ladies. And I guess I can see that the whole purpose is to sexualize the violence. It feels that because this character, Ryan Gosling's character, it felt like it is his nature to be sexualized by violence, which is what I'm getting at. That is my interpretation, because the whole scorpion on his jacket, and he mentioned the story about the scorpion and the frog, where if you don't know the story about that, the frog basically helps the scorpion across the river, but in the middle, you go and sting the frog, and the frog was like, "Oh, why you do that?" And the scorpion was like, "Oh, it's my nature." Yes, the reason why he has that scorpion jacket is to symbolize that it is his nature to be violent. It is such a subtle way to tell the story. Even though it may be an interpretation, it may not be the actual interpretation, but it's just my take on it. But it's just that there's these moments that we really think about the film, because honestly it can just be just a straight up a job gone wrong. After watching this film, that is where I start to realize that, oh, there is somebody behind the camera. There is somebody that is providing this kind of vision, and that's why I adore this film. Ryan Gosling, awesome pick for this role, because my god, this guy does subtlety in the best way. He does the whole I'm not gonna talk, I'm just gonna let action. And he does the same thing with Blade Runner 2049. There's a lot he says with his silence, which is the one thing about this film has a tendency to do is there's a lot of silence. I feel like Drive is like one of those films that can be studied. It 100% can be studied by a lot of people to showcase that you can play around the lighting, like everything, the framing. It also tells a story. Because, like I said, Ryan Gosling doesn't say much in the movie, but a lot of emotions and everything is done through his silence, the camera placement, the lighting, a lot of like. The one thing I also noticed is like they play around with the lighting where you see him halfway in the light, half in the dark to show that he's in both sides of the world, like he's in the light and the dark, and just like that, you can see that the director really has a lot of control of him, and it could be a lot of props to the DP. The DP for this film. Who the fuck is the DP of this film? Newton Thomas Sigel. Yeah. Major props to him too. It's fantastic job. If I'm going to give a rating, this is a 5 out of 5 for me. It's a 5 out of 5. It's not perfect, but it is perfect for me. And yeah,